Good morning. I want to share a memory of my grandmother. My grandmother was born in the early 1900s, and she was a very resourceful, very talented individual. But back when I was a child, and I was the original boomer, so that was in the 50s, the 40s and the 50s, I would go to stay with my grandmother, and she'd do art, and she'd cook the greatest noodles in the world, and we would talk about Jesus, and we would have all kinds of just intimacy and fun. We'd plant the garden, we'd work in the garden, and one day she really wanted to go see her sister, and ladies back then didn't drive. It was not common. It was really not common for women to drive. And she had never driven a car, and she decided, the car was sitting there, and the keys were there, that we were going to go see her sister. And we did. Now, I must have been 7, 8, 9 years old, something like that. And I got in the car, and I knew this was an event. And it was. Backing out of the driveway, it was a little unusual. I'd never backed out of the driveway like that with my father or my grandfather. But we did it. And we left the subdivision, and we went across town, and we found my great aunt's home, and we visited. It was quite a memory. But people were resourceful back then. They were brave. They knew the Lord. They were equipped for about anything. And, I'll never forget that ride with my grandmother as she took her maiden voyage with her granddaughter across town. And, I hope this is a lesson for somebody, or somebody gets a lift from it, because she was so special. And she taught me so much about the Lord. She had this personal relationship with him. And I'll never forget when she was probably in her 80s. I remember her sitting in her rocker chair in her living room, memorizing the 91st Psalm. Isn't that precious? Late in life, memorizing and knowing the value of the 91st Psalm. If you haven't read the 91st Psalm lately, I would encourage you to do so. It's pretty victorious. It's pretty awesome. Know your Creator. He's awesome. And He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. If He did it for David, He'll do it for you. And me. And it's awesome. He does it every day. Our lives can be a victory walk. Doesn't mean issues don't happen, but you have the victory. Isn't that awesome? Bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope you really learn the victory that you have in Jesus. God bless you.